After yesterday's meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, President Trump said, quote, tremendous progress is being made in Gaza. But even with the ceasefire in place between Israel and Hamas, there's still a dire situation on the ground. Millions of people in Gaza still do not have access to enough food, water, and medical care. And that is where organizations like World Central Kitchen are helping. They've been feeding people in Gaza since 2023, and now they are serving 1 million meals a day there. So I want to bring in Chef José Andrés. He's the founder and chief feeding officer of the World Central Kitchen. Good to see you as always, Chef.
Thank you for having me.
So give us a sense of how you were able to achieve this significant milestone. And I know that you say it's bittersweet, serving 1 million meals per day in war-torn Gaza.
It's bittersweet because obviously I've been talking to the teams in Gaza by Zoom yesterday, today, and you can see their pride. But we need more. It's not enough food going in, even since the ceasefire under the leadership of President Trump. Things are getting a little bit better, but not good enough. Still is bombings here and there. Civilians keep dying, children. And we need more food. We need more medicines. We need reconstruction to start. Palestinians need more tents. It's been a brutal winter. It's been rains like they've never seen before. Therefore, whatever we are doing, it's okay, but we all need to be asking from the leadership of President Trump for this ceasefire and whatever peace deal is happening to be real and moving forward, because the people of Gaza cannot keep living under these conditions any longer. We are providing 1 million meals a day, Other organizations are doing their part, but we are still falling way short of what the people of Gaza need today.
So, Chef, your team has been inside Gaza for almost 2 years now. Have they seen changes there? Any improvements in the situation?
Well, I was there a few weeks ago, and the destruction is real. The Gaza we knew is not there any longer. And I cannot be talking about the past, but I can talk about the present. Reconstruction needs to happen. We need to start giving back to the farmers their farming lands. Because who's farming in Gaza? We need to be giving the fishermen the possibility, the boats and the nets to start on their own catching the daily fish. We need to make sure that the restaurants open again. We need to make sure that the hospitals are rebuilt again to provide the healthcare people. We need to make sure the schools are happening again. We need to make sure that we give every single children a place to call home, where they have not to wake up in the morning to bombs falling on top of them, or not knowing where they're going to be living that night because they have no tents to go to. Therefore, obviously, you will say that the people of Gaza, they've been going through mayhem over the last 2 years. It's time that this stops. And it's time that we start doing what we all know we can do. Everybody coming, Arab countries, United States, Israel, everybody that is involved in the future of Gaza, but with Gaza and Palestinians on the table. We cannot be talking about the future of Palestinians without Palestinians sitting at the table.
To that end, Chef, let me ask you, you lost 7 members of your team in Gaza who were killed in an Israeli airstrike. It must be incredibly difficult to navigate for your team and for yourself the strikes that are occasionally still happening, even though there's a fragile ceasefire in place, and the threat from Hamas, which is also making life difficult for ordinary Palestinians in Gaza. How has the security situation changed or not for your team?
Really, World Central Kitchen teams are going through very, very deep training to understand that the people there are going through to a very complicated situation. Mainly we have Palestinians feeding Palestinians. Obviously what happened to our 17 members, some of them good friends of mine, we're still asking, obviously, Israel for clarity and knowing what happened, and so the families can have a closing to that situation. Gaza has been one of the places in the world that has had the biggest number of fatalities when we talk about humanitarians. And this cannot continue any longer. Therefore, obviously, safety is #1 priority. That's why this peace plan of President Trump, that hopefully is getting into phase 2, means that there's no more bombings and means that finally, once and for all the organizations and countries that care about the people of Gaza, about the Palestinians, will come together to start doing what organizations like World Central Kitchen is doing. We adapt. We wake up every day to say, what can we do to make sure that we provide the aid the people of Gaza needs? They don't want our pity. They want our respect. The way to give every person in Gaza their dignity is being next to them, listening to them, and making sure that we give them a chance for a better tomorrow.
Chef José Andrés, you've been doing that since the first time I ever saw you in action back in Haiti in 2010 in the wake of that horrific earthquake. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Doing God's work. Thank you.